This is Tom with Tom's How-To Videos. You may have seen some of my other videos. I have basically videos on how to do all the important things in life. Everything from how to do BMX bike tricks, how to cure toenail fungus, how to make scrambled eggs. But today, I'm going to teach you one of the most important things in life. If you're like one of the hundreds of millions of men in this country who know that the highest achievement for a man in this life is to build a banjo, but you don't have the expensive equipment and tools to do it, this is the video for you, because I am going to teach you how to make a banjo using your riding mower. I hope you appreciate this video. I hope you like it and share it with all your friends. I do have to warn you that the things that I do on this video are really stupid. They're dangerous, they're crazy, and you shouldn't do it because you could get really hurt. Like, I use a table saw on this video. It's easy to cut your fingers off with a table saw or lose an eyeball. With the riding mower, I mean, bad things could happen. I mean, you could die. But if you make it through all that and you do end up making a banjo successfully, you could, like, if you start playing it, you could lose your friends, you could lose your status in the neighborhood, you could lose your job, you could lose your family. So again, everything I'm doing on this video is stupid. Don't do it. Do not do it. Alright, the first thing you do, you need to get yourself some wood. In this case, what I'm building the banjo pot out of is a simple 2x3. I just got an 8-foot piece of 2x3 from Lowe's, and you can just cut it into sections in a trapezoid shape, 3 7/8 inch long, cut at 22.5-degree angles. Here's a little clip. Okay, now you take those trapezoid pieces and you coat them in glue and you stick them all together and put a band clamp around it, and you glue them to a 10-inch round piece of plywood. Alright, the next thing I do after the glue's dried overnight is I make a jig for a table saw. It's just a piece of plywood with a hole that I line up with the hole in my 10-inch round thing that we glued it to, and I just run it repeatedly through the table saw, kind of cutting off the corners. That's about it. couldn't afford a lathe. Those lathes, I looked into it, they're ridiculous. They're expensive as all get out. And can't afford one. Just couldn't afford one. Sorry, that's our dog. Likes to play the banjo. So anyway, I thought, oh, what can I do? I know what I can do. I'm going to turn my riding mower into a lathe. So I took some bolts and I welded them to the rim, the back rim. Then I put the riding mower up on cinder blocks and kept an extra cinder block handy so that when I did start it up and wanted to use it as a lathe, I'd put the cinder block on the seat so that the lawnmower would think somebody's sitting on it and not turn itself off. The next thing I did is I got some plywood, 5/8 inch plywood, and I bolted it to the rim. And then I took the glued up pieces that are going to become the banjo pot, and they're all glued up to that 10-inch round piece of plywood. And I centered it on this the plywood that I mounted on the rim, and I took some drywall screws and I just screwed that plywood right to the plywood that's bolted to the rim. And now that we're ready for the fun to begin. Alright, now you can just fire up your lawnmower. I put mine in 5th gear and in full throttle. The other wheel on the other side of the lawnmower I had to block so that it wouldn't spin. So if it wouldn't spin, the one that I'm using as a lathe would spin. And then I took chisels, I took screwdrivers, I took anything sharp, I took a file, I took sandpaper, and I just went at it until I came up with a perfect banjo pot. This is pretty much it. I'm not going to bore you with the details of how to make the rest of the banjo because everybody knows how to make a banjo neck. Everybody knows how to put it together. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. But that's basically it. Now you know how to make a banjo with your riding mower.